win at Wembley.
Black who's going to go for it. Black for the 1 point to win the grand final for Halifax, and he's done it. Ben Black's
Hello and welcome to a special episode of Talking Halifax Live. My name is Mike Haig, and with me as always is producer, presenter and fan Rick Farrell. We wouldn't be anywhere without our sponsors, Eclipse Energy and Delivery, and we wouldn't be. We'll have nothing to talk about without our guests that have been on, both players, fans, and other people. And as it's recorded live, as this is, anything could be entertaining. And for your pleasure, we are going to show you the best bits of 2020, because who doesn't want to watch a rerun of the best year ever? Hello, and welcome to another part of Talking Halifax Live, proudly sponsored by Eclipse Energy.
Eclipse Energy!
Eclipse Energy. Hello, welcome to the
Eclipse Energy!
EclipseEnergy.co.uk.
Eclipse Energy! Eclipse Energy!
Talking Halifax Live, joins on the other side. Hello, welcome to the third and maybe final part of Talking Halifax Live. We don't know how many parts we're going to have. A massive thank you to Eclipse Energy, not least for sponsoring us.
Sponsored by Eclipse Energy.
Eclipse Energy! And Delivery! We've got Delivery. Halifax Panthers, Delivery, Eclipse Energy.
Thanks, Delivery guys.
Lovely
Thanks,
stuff. Lovely stuff. Joining myself and Rick is the unbelievable Captain Marvel Scott Morrell.
We're joined by fact superstar James Saltonstall.
With very special guest Stephen Tyrer, who has joined us for an unofficial episode of This Is Your Life.
Yeah, it's been all right. The first 6 weeks, I was homeschooling kids, and it's fair to say I learnt more then in them 6 weeks than I did in my full time at school.
And I'm running away towards them fans, and the fans are going absolutely insane. Like, they were just like, come on. It was unbelievable. And the crowd, the level of noise for that day was just insane.
Got to compete and try to win stuff, and try to better someone else, and try to beat the opponents, and try to get one over on someone. I'm missing competing week in, week out against.
Have you been taking kids on at Scrabble and Cadet 4 and all that and battering them then?
Arm wrestles, I haven't lost yet.
Joined by fact superstar James Saltonstall.
Speaking on the playing side, you have played quite a few positions within Halifax. And I don't want you to sit on the fence on this question. Where do you want to play?
Obviously. I'm not too sure really.
Genuinely goosebumps on here.
You ask any of my teammates, I'm the mourner, I'm the negative one. So when Wiley scores, I'm shaking my head, I'm fuming, I'm thinking we've lost, it's gone this. We'll not get this now. But Muzza, being the complete opposite of me, Mr. Positive all the time, losing in a quarter final, and he's cracking jokes behind the post, because that's just the way he is.
Give him a little cheeky smile and get a little belly out now and again, and then when I scored, I just thought, you're having it here. So I'll give him it, slap my belly, and then he run upfield and little jinky cop one for him.
And then obviously when Grixie come in, Grixie's known me for a long time. He used to look after me when I was a kid and take me to Warrington as a junior. So I've always had a lot of respect for him.
And then Woody never speaks. Woody's like, it's all right. So Woody's obviously feeling something that he's going to get through eventually. I was going to get an opportunity. QLT is the exact same, the most positive man ever. I'm there. No, we've lost. Gutted. And then Woody steps up, does what he does, and it was just the feeling. And then when the hooter went, all our lads who weren't playing come flying on the field, and they knew that it was. Then it was special, and it was just proper nice feeling, real good.
I got rid of my agent 6 years ago when I first came to the club. Never had one back since, and hope I never have to get one back since. Like everyone knows what it means to me to play for Halifax. Like, I've supported the club as a kid, and to come back and play now, obviously, next year, going into my 7th year, but I'm still only 26, so I'd like to think there's still a few more years left in me yet, and obviously I'd love to just finish my career at Halifax.
I'm not playing games. I feel like I can play for 10 years, but after I play one game, I'll be like, oh, I've only got about 3 games left.
New old signing, Paul Robinson. Welcome home, shall we say?
Yeah, a few people have said home, actually. It's a funny one, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
Down from all.
He runs like a train. Make everyone welcome for Mitch Carlane. Thank you very much for joining us. And as you can see on here, this is a very, very proud moment in my life anyway. We are joined by superstar Dave Larder. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
No problem, Mike. Glad to be able to spend some time with you tonight. Looking forward to it.
Oh, God. Anyone who knows me, this is like the proudest moment of my life right now. So it's all downhill from here, Rick. It's all down here. We'll end the podcast here.
I don't know, I just felt like I did at Halifax. I thought, I need a change. I'd right a few wrongs, as I said in the media, and it feels nice. It feels good to be actually like appreciated and wanted by Grixie and Crody. But without going into too much detail, it was a bit of a... Last time was a bit like, want for me sort of thing. I wasn't playing and I wasn't doing that. But now it feels like it's different, like new era. We've got a big turnover. And it feels good. It's positive. It feels positive to be coming into sort of start a new era of Halifax sort of thing.
Yeah, well, I'll think about it now, and you probably don't, you take a bit for granted at the time. We've never, I can wholeheartedly say now, I've never played in a team over them years that were so close, mateship-wise, just in general. Like, we done everything together, like, and it was just...
But I think we had that bond together where we trusted each other and we all wanted to be... Main thing is we all enjoyed each other's company, so why would you want to go anywhere else at that time?
That's what got us through. We probably weren't one of the best team on paper or best talented team or best players, but when we played, we fought for each other every inch, and that's what got us over the line. Some games we're down and out, and it takes someone special to do something, but we didn't want to let the bloke next to us down, and that's what we needed, and that's what we did. And I've never played in a team that's so tight-knit group and special as that, let me tell you.
And I want to ask you 2 questions, which I've always wanted to ask. First off, 2005 qualifying final against Castleford. Did you get the ball down?
Yeah, I did. I was...
Knew it!
Coming back to Halifax, the first question most people normally ask is, are you looking forward to your first hill session at Shibden?
Get right back, Rick Farrell. That's part of my contract. The rumours flying about part of my contract is I don't do Shibden Hills.
Have they copy and pasted Muzzer's contract for yours then?
Just a few less zeros than Muzz got.
I mean, the game itself was eventful.
Understatement of the century.
Understatement of the century, and obviously everyone knows and that we've put the drop goal over in Golden Point, and the fun started.
I just went out and did the best I can, and I've still got a few things I've got in my house at the moment. I've got my last jersey, 2017 jersey, framed with all a picture of the team at the time with my banner. I've got my banner down in the garage hanging up that Jamie gifted. Yeah, I've still got plenty of memories. Don't worry about that. I'll still hold it close to my heart, mate. The club it was great to me.
The most beautiful sight I've ever seen, you picking up that championship trophy. Can you even put that feeling to words of what that game was like? The most bonkers game of rugby ever?
With difficulty, to be honest with you. I think I suggest it's obviously 10 years ago now, and time does fly by, but I think everyone connected with that team at the time, and probably I'd like to think the club kind of echo your thoughts. It was a real special day.
I'm certainly not coming to make numbers up and just be a average team who finishes 7 and 8 every season. But where's the fun in that, like, sort of thing? I want to come and have a push and have a right good go, and I think that's why I'm being brought in by Grixie as well, to have a good go. You don't normally sign a new halfback unless one's rather retiring or you're looking for change.
The news that Lee have been promoted. They want to see that coming. I didn't at all. Cara, do you have any thoughts regarding that?
I think it's Lee.
Wow, okay.
Just because they're getting some good players in, aren't they? And I don't know if they know something that we don't. I always get a bit cagey when I see that teams are buying decent players in. So I always wonder what's going on. Like I said it about like Huddersfield Giants have got quite a good few signings end of this season. Lee have got some good signings, and even Rovers have got some good signings. So I don't know who their new director is, but he must have a pretty penny. So I think it's going to be Lee moving up to Super League.
The 12th place in the 2021 Betfred Super League is Lee St.
No matter what, I'm gonna get pelters anyway. Whether I have one bad game or not, they're gonna say, "Oh God, bring back Muzzer or whatever." But I find it exciting. It's more of not a challenge. It's I invite the pressure sort of thing. That's why I want to come back and do it. But like I say, I'm 25, 26. I'm not getting any younger, and I think now going away and growing up did me a lot of favours.
Representing a traditional kind of rugby club like Halifax.
It is the best feeling in the world. It's like a little snowball that's just gone on and on and on and on and on. And the platform that we've got is amazing. I've been following Halifax since I was about 3 or 4 years old. I got into rugby at about 8 and started playing for my first girls team at 12. At the time, that was Halifax Blue Sox Girls. By the time I moved up to open age, there wasn't a ladies team anymore. So just because it had disbanded, that was it. You know, I went to play for Brighouse, and I played there ever since. And as soon as I knew that Halifax ladies were starting a team, well, Halifax women, that's where I wanted to be. It's been my dream. It's been the thing that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. Never thought I'd see the day where I played at the Shea. Never thought I'd see the day where I scored at the Shea. Never thought I'd see the day where kids look up to me and recognise me as a Halifax player. And to me, aside being a mum, that's the greatest feeling in the world.
If it had gone to the video ref in the days like they do now, it would have been given us a try.
Yeah, I was always convinced.
What's your next myth buster?
My second question, my favourite ever rugby league try, rugby try, is your try that you scored against Batley at the Shea. Rick knows exactly what I'm saying here. I think you ran about 90 metres, was it? And then
about 105, I thought.
the Maradona of Halifax.
Yeah,
Man.
You said it.
Wow. At my birthdays and Christmases have all come at once. What a man. What a man. What a player. What a leader. That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like Dave said, excuse me, calling him Dave. Superstars.
You're on first name terms now, aren't you? So.
Oh, if you don't meet your heroes, I'm so glad I did. How does socially distant training work?
If you're a back, who lives with a forward, the only one that could smash you in training for a couple of months is a big forward.
That's what I mean. See, it's like Clash at Titans in our house. Stacey and I both play prop, so we did used to play opposite. Obviously now play alongside each other, and it does get a bit rough. Like, it starts off a bit amicable, but then we've got like points to prove, so then we just start smashing like levels out of each other.
Save it for the opposition, I say.
We're too bored. We can't save it.
Matt Cahill and Craig Atkinson, Ackers and Jackie. Sound like a TV cop duo detective, really. With myself and Rick this week, it's a family affair. We've got father and son combination, Richard and Ryan Brewster. Rugby World editor Matt Shaw and Rugby League Backchat's host, running out of charge on the phone or computer. That never happens on Backchat.
I know this is incredible and professional, but I've just got low battery, so I'm going to go get my charger. You'll have to nap for 2 minutes. I do, like I said at the start, I do see the argument from the clubs who wanted it back, saying, well, and it's true, all the clubs have, while they've been not playing, have earned a ton of cash because they've been sat with players on your staff on furlough with no overheads and Sky money coming in. So, don't let clubs fool you that they've had it rough during the summer, because they haven't. But the challenge will be next year because there'll probably be some rebates from Sky, which won't be as severe as they have been in Super League. But rebates all the same. You still don't know where you're going to be with crowds, stuff like that. So next year's the year that has the potential for risk. This year, though, they should all be fairly well off. And to be honest, from speaking to agents and coaches, you can tell that they're all better off because it's a very, very active recruitment market at the minute across the Championship. There's a lot of clubs trying to sign a lot of players.
It's one of those things that always gets mentioned in terms of like what you'd do if you won the lottery, in it. Oh, well, I'd do this, I'd buy a nice car, I'd take a fancy holiday, I'd buy my sports club, and I'd make us the best team in the world, you know.
I'd do it as an anonymous donation, me. It'd be a grant.
I've just put 2 lucky dips on for tonight for Euro Millions. So if we're in Super League, in 2 years' time, you know, I bet we're at it.
So when we wake up on Monday morning and it's the press conference from the Craig Atkinson Shea Stadium, then we know what's home ball boys being tactical and giving the ball all that.
Well, match officials are always strict, to be honest, because like sometimes they tell you before a game you've got to do like stuff. It's just, and you got to follow the rules, otherwise just.
Yeah, but you did walk up to a player wanting a quick return and just put the ball at his feet and walked off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Talking the facts of life, Super League, all-time Dream Team 13. Let us know, catch your title.
But he was such an unbelievable talent, and when we on Loinersville, we kind of did this sort of thing a while back. Early on in COVID, and I put.
We're a bit slow on the uptake, us. Apologies.
Hey, it's all right, Tommy.
Yeah,
we just don't care about Super League. It's all championship.
Priorities elsewhere. Right, my second opinion. You're going to laugh at this, but I'll explain why. JJB, right? So.
Not
there you go. Right, I'll explain. I'll explain this, okay?
Funny story about Gordon Tellers. Boothtown Terriers had a test match day out when they played at McAlpine, and there were about 15 of us all on front row at seats, and I think Australia had just scored, and they were coming back to the kick-off, and Tellers were right in front of us, literally like 5 metres away from all us lot, and we all stood up. We were all chanting, Tellers is a, and it must have been about 15 of us. So he heard us, and he turned around and looked at us and gave us a stare, and we all must have sat down like a Mexican wave sit down, all
like
one by
dominoes. Just what a
cracked yourself.
He just turned around and all as the last word were coming out. So the tally scissor had come out, and we're just going to say the W word, and he turns around like that. Winner. We're all like, sort of like that.
Yeah, it was good because after the game was as you go to the opposite end, you can just talk to him whilst you're walking.
Yeah.
And ask him a picture, stuff like that. Because when Ashton Sims used to play for Toronto, I just got a picture of him after. It's nice that you can do that because they're all friendly and everything.
Oh, if we played Toronto now, Hagee big old boy. He'd be down the front of the high middle behind his neck. I'll be a ball boy, Sonny Bill.
Yep, or Sonny Bill Williams.
Sonny Bill Williams.
Yes, good lad. He's my favourite ever rugby player. When he comes,
Let it go, Mike. Let it go.
When he comes, I'm not frozen. It's happening. It's just not quite yet. He's just having a little holiday at the moment. He's having his Canadian holiday and his Sydney holiday and that. But he's coming to Halifax. Just letting you know.
You've been spending too much time on your own. You're becoming delusional, lad.
No. Just to disclaim, Sonny Bill isn't coming to Halifax yet. I would wear one and it would say, Sonny Bill, can I have your shirt, shorts, socks, jock strap? Whatever he wears.
It'll be a ref by the time he comes back round. I'm calling it.
I've said, I will clarify this now. I have said that Sonny Bill Williams is coming to Halifax. I've not said he's signing for us. I've said he's coming to Halifax. It could be
like Eddie Murphy came to America.
Yeah, it could.
Imagine
It could
him, Sonny Bill in the Acker, Sonny Bill in the Peace Hall, Sonny Bill in.
I would sacrifice a lot to see Sonny Bill Williams in the Acker in Halifax. That would be absolutely amazing.
Well, Sonny Bill, if you're watching, which you're not.
What do you mean? He watches every week.
Crash at Mike's.
I bombard him with mail to say, please watch it again. I love you. No.
Now back to your regularly scheduled programme.
Wants to make that. Is it so? It's a permanent sign. It's going to be then.
Yeah, it'd be permanent for next year.
Did we get exclusive? Did that just happen?
You're in League Express, mate. Come on, you're in League Express.
Shocking.
I get they pay me for exclusive.
No, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Making my debut at Saints has got to be my highlight, but because obviously I've been at Halifax for so long, I think my Halifax highlight has got to be probably the try against Featherstone.
Northern Rail Cup final, yeah. Good choice.
Yeah,
Very
probably.
good choice.
Just nicks it. Being captain as well, that was always a good moment.
Being a Leeds lad as well, I hate Bradford. I hate Bradford passion, obviously, with the Rhinos and the Bulls in the Super League. So it's always nice. It's always nice to get one over on them and to see them odd-soul people dying in them stands after. It's always nice.
Is it one of those things, you know that what it means to the fans, or do you know that by smashing your rival often you're never going to be without a job?
It came all the way down, and then there was one person who hadn't signed, which was Dane. And it was like, I still am really close with Dane. And Dane rang me. I don't know if he rang anybody else. He rang me and he said, I'm not signing. I'm going to leave. And he couldn't speak then. He couldn't get it out because he was emotional. And I had a tear in my eye, and I was like, oh man, I said, you can't go. You can't leave. You're our best player. You can't leave. I said, then I'll come and work with you. We'll earn your money back in no time. Don't leave. I was doing everything I could, and he'd made his mind up. And we ended up on the phone together. We were both crying. It was just the emotion of him not being able to speak and how gutted he was that he had to do what he was doing. I'm like, so then I started welling up and I'm thinking, I've got to get off the phone here. I'm going to start crying. I've got to get off the phone.
I could just imagine your conversation there, Tara. Do another 40 tackles this season.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving without saying one controversial thing, right? Just my opinion.
Moving swiftly on, we just want to say another big thank you to our sponsors, Eclipse Energy, .co.uk. Rick's trademark to do that now. And our new sponsors that have just come on board, Delivery. And without the latter, we would not have been able to do the live streams that we had. And as you will see very, very shortly, we had a lot of challenges getting to grips, not just with the podcast technology to actually bring you normal podcasts, but when we try to do live streams as well. This is the first kind of episode of this new, dare we say, improved podcast, because you can see our beautiful faces. Because of that, it does make it easier to live stream. Possibly, we don't know yet, but we're doing this podcast. If anyone's watching, we'll reference it. We tried to do a live stream. Well, I tried to do a live stream. It fell flat on its ass.
You and your crazy ideas.
Hello, can anybody hear me in planet Earth? But yeah, fire questions in if I can see them. I don't know if I can see him, to be honest. We decided on a whim last night to go, shall we do a live stream? Not knowing how the hell to do these things. But if anyone's listening, hello. Anyone's watching, hello. This is kind of like a bit of an experiment to show you the inner workings of Talking the Facts of Life and how not to run a podcast or a live stream for that matter. It was one of my crazy ideas. I mentioned in the first part, people doing new things in lockdown and in this time, and the fact that this podcast hasn't been proper for in 8 months now, near enough. And I thought, oh, let's do a live stream. Other people do it. Let's do a live stream. Can't be that hard, can it?
Wrong.
Oh, what can go wrong?
Everything! Everything!
To actually use the Ace equipment from Eclipse Energy, to do that, we can do it for a single camera. But I think in these times, I think a live stream is to start possible at the moment. But
Much later.
talk the facts of live stream. Hey, shall we pop our champagne?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shall we do that? It's a celebration, isn't it? It's live streaming night.
O ye of little faith.
The little pokey podcast about a rubbish northern sport. It's 34 people on a Friday night when the sun's shining, watching a fat Yorkshireman in glasses talking a lot of bollocks and struggling to work a phone. I think that's pretty good, to be honest.
I have to admit, I found our first flaw of live streaming. Toilet breaks.
Go on then. But also, like what you said, Rick, that winning culture of hello, kitty cat.
Spoke to my dad and all right, cat, you all right? That little pen fast.
Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end of people. Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a
our best players, not just best players now, but also ones coming through. And I know that cat is so excited about it.
What's your opinion on that?
We thought it was going to be us two on there, but obviously the cat is wanting its views. We want the actual proper success of a League Leaders Shield and a promotion. I'm sure Mr. Kitty Cat.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted here, Mike.
You're doing your best, Mr. Bigglesworth impression or Dr. Evil impression of Blofeld. I've been expecting you, Mr. Worthington.
Got a bit too much air for that, thankfully. Time being a bit.
A beautiful crest. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. Is that a crest? Except the Lord keep the city. It's not a cat, Blofeld.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
A quote from Albert Einstein, who said that the definition of madness is repeats the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Hang on, let me just tick that cliche off the list. Yeah, right, sweet.
Cliche bingo, shall we? Oh dear.
What's your next myth buster?
Perfect.
Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Like straight off the bat. There's only one place that we can start, isn't it? All good things come to those who wait and all that jazz. It's all downhill from here, Rick.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there.
My sources reliably told me that. What a turn up for the Bucks. It's all there. It's written in the stars.
I just think he raised the bar.
Tackles like a machine. For those who've been living under a rock, curiosity's not killing the cat this week. Unbelievable, Jeff. Hey, I just found that fascinating. I could have sat there with popcorn. It's a multi-edged dice, isn't it? It's the nuts and bolts of playing rugby league. The worst kept secret in rugby league. You can't have a game without balls.
Perfect.
Hey, he's definitely a character. I am Alan Partridge, or what can I say? The Yorkshire Alan Partridge. It's music to my ears, so I don't want you to sit on the fence on this question.
You couldn't put one over their eyes. You could have.
Look, it's a bit fishy, isn't it?
Understatement of the century.
Understatement of the century, and
Perfect.
It's one of you don't meet your heroes. I'm so glad I did.
French boys can bring a bit of the flavour of the continent with them, you know.
Exactly.
A bit of vava-voom, as they say.
For sure.
This is something that really winds me up. Right.
Get on that soapbox, Matt. Go on. He just works his blood to water, rallying the troops and
live and die by the sword type of stuff. Speed kills, man.
Shooting itself, not just in the foot, but in the shin, the knee, the back, the arse, anything.
Perfect.
As you know, with anything in life, if you try and keep everyone happy, you end up annoying pretty much.
Oh yeah. My birthdays and Christmases have all come at once. So we're gonna grab a little wet whistle, put 50p in a meter.
We're a bit like buses, aren't we? We haven't done it for ages, and then all of a sudden we run you over.
Aye.
You win.
I think that's house, Mike.
Full house.
Full house. As good as it gets.
As good as it gets. There we go. We're not going to stop these cliches anyway. Moving swiftly on once more. When we had Tyra Morell and Carlane on, as you've seen earlier on, as our guests, there was one moment that stood head and shoulders above the rest. Another one.
I want to go back to the Toulouse game. Toulouse away, 2017.
Best lads holiday I've ever been on.
First of all, great game.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant game.
Built it up as like a cup final, really. And then getting that momentum and that confidence after that just took us on and spurred us on.
Yeah, I do remember I remember waking up, and I think we played in a late afternoon game. It was 2 or 3 o'clock, and I remember waking up, and I and the Aussie, me and Adam sort of knew the conditions, because obviously that's what we play in a lot of times in Australia. And so to me, it wasn't a bad thing. I sort of cherished it and thought, I enjoy it. I thrive on these conditions. And I remember through the other boys, I remember Salty said to me, I'm not playing in this, lad. This is too bloody hot.
Oh, it's warm. I like it warm, but I don't like it this warm. It's too warm. There's warm and there's warm.
I had a massive head clash and I cut across my eye, and I remember going in at half time. I think it was half time actually, and I go into half time and getting stitched up bar. And I remember we're saying we were on and everyone was dialed in, and if we just hold our nerve, we've got this team beat, because we were all over him at the time. But we only ended up winning by a try, I think. But yeah, I think we were the only team to beat them over there that year. It was massive.
Up until very recently, it was the best experience I've ever had watching a game. Before, after, during, it was amazing. And the video that you did with Rick, it kind of, and I'm glad you mentioned it, but it sums up why you are one of my favourite players, but also your favourite in the terrace. When you fall to the floor, where at the end, it just shows that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it just shows that, and then fans love that.
The release of pressure when Jono scored that try was just phenomenal. I've never ever experienced anything. Even scoring that try against Featherstone in the North Rail Cup, the way that the feeling of that win was just like nothing I've ever experienced before. That's why when the whistle went and I just fall, it was just, my reaction was just to get on the ground. I was just like gone. I just couldn't believe it. It was just a magic feeling, really.
It was amazing. I wish Scott Morell had done that, because he came over and downed my pint that I had. I loved your celebration coming straight over to fans and downing the pint that I had. Although you didn't find me one later on, which is absolutely fine.
Totally fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, that's why Muzzer's the pervo, isn't he? Because Muzzer always tends to celebrate with fans before he celebrates with his teammates. That's just his passion. That's just the way he is. But it was kind of we got into the changing rooms after that. At the 100 million degrees hot changing rooms with the heating on full whack. Richard was just like, get changed, get your Halifax gear on, get over that other side of that field and get amongst it. Get drinking with them supporters who've come over here with you. So we were like literally quickest shower ever, all still sweating from the game. Quickest shower, boom, straight over there. Not a Toulouse supporter in sight, and just about 100 Halifax fans going absolutely insane.
It's a massive credit to all the fans that pay hard-earned money to get over there, because the cost would be a fair bit, and we appreciate the support we got.
And then I mentioned team spirit. I feel sorry for any Halifax fan that were in the melting pot after the year, and it was just amazing. And what really set off really nice is that obviously went out for some food as a team and stuff, and your caught taxis there, and it was like a red carpet thing. Each player kind of came in one after the other.
That was legendary, the old melting pot. I'll never forget that.
like I just spoke about, that it was the best lads all day I've ever been on in my life. After that game when we met you all in Melting Pot, didn't we? I think Rich were talking to us about, we'll just stay in tonight. He went to the supermarket, bought us £200 worth of beers to keep us in. We supped that in an hour, and they says, right, Rich, we're off out.
I don't know any more French, even though I've been to Toulouse a few times. I just told her, une bière, s'il vous plaît.
Please, let's cover his fingers. Cover his chocolate. French. Yeah.
You guys are my heroes, and I until that trip, really, I kept myself separate from players. Like, if I saw people out in town, I'd be like, no, don't want to speak to them, don't speak to them at all. But knowing how much it meant to you guys, and they say that when we went Melting Pot and that, it kind of just like, he's got on you all along. Like, you are blokes at the end of the day, you are human beings and that. And it really just showed that you are out there for us.
We threw everything in and we played our asses off, and yeah, we ended up coming over a result, and it was a massive result. But the work wasn't finished there. It was a massive elation when we won. We went out, had a massive night, great night, one of the best nights in a long time ever. And you know, we celebrated a little too hard, I think. But we sort of we remember getting back the couple of days after, and we were still on a high and a bit hungover, but we still had a job to do. We still had 2 or 3 more, 2 games to go or something like that.
Well, what a weekend that was. It's good to look back sometimes. We've had plenty of time to reminisce this year, but for us and for everyone, we are looking to 2021, to the new dawn, new era, new club, new name, up the Panthers. So for myself and Rick, thank you very much for your love and support from 2020. We will see you very, very soon.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and listening.
I can't even get my words out. Get into them. I keep mixing up the intros, but this is a rugby league podcast with a hint of Halifax in there.
And we're live again.
Hello, and welcome to a rather weird, unconventional episode of Talking Facts of Life, sponsored by Eclipse Energy. We are in rather weird, unconventional times, so you can see us. Hello. Oh, we can give us a wave. Way!
Yeah, mine's a fake cock. I might as well just that.
Do mine proper. Do mine good and proper. And the last 2 players that I had in these podcasts have gone, so we didn't want to risk getting anybody else on, just in case anything happened to them, which is one of those things. But
yeah, we're going to get a crap band in, so I might get Fazzers.
Can't afford us, mate, sorry.
Oh, the similarities are just there for all to see. Darren Lockyer and Scott Morrell.
Yeah, brilliant. Was it go on, lads?
Richard's an Halifax lad, he's an Halifax fan. He's going to want Halifax to succeed. He's not going to mess around. It's a new signing. There's no doom and gloom anymore. There's no turn the lights out, last one out, turn the lights off and all that. Put the light back on because Greg Worthington has joined the Facts.
I'll tell you, one thing I love about these signs, I can't wait to see our front row next year, because you'll have 2 prop balls and you have Brandon Moore in the middle. You know,
I'm going to start the Superstar Dave Live at the Hall of Fame right here, right now. So my favourite ever rugby league try, rugby try, is your try that you scored against Batley at the Shea. Rick knows exactly what I'm saying here. I think you ran about 90 metres, was it? And then
about 105, I thought.
What a man, what a player, what a leader. That is just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
To be quite serious for just for a second on this podcast, how does socially distant training work?
That's a topic for another podcast, I'm sure.
that should be the next one. Earlier on today, whichever day it is that we record the podcast, if we were in normal times and the normal season at the end of this season,
not long till pre-season now.
If we did it after every little thing, we'd have like 10-minute podcast. What do you think it is? Oh, it's all right. There we go. Right, see you later.
It's a celebration, isn't it? It's live streaming night. It's name change, champagne for the new name, and all that jazz. So me and Rick thought we'd a little bit of bubbly, shall we?
A little bit of the bubbly.
One that we have re-signed is a lad that's not an international currently, but has played international rugby before. Jimmy Le Saltonstall, you know. And
I think it was the week before the Wide to West try for Bradford. I think they played Wigan either the week before or week after, and Renoff broke down the sideline and fed it to Radlinski at last minute. So that's why I love Steve Renoff, beating Bradford. Love it.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
Because one week will be really good, next week will just be different.
That's called being an Halifax fan, Ryan. You'll learn that.
That's a theme, Ryan. Is it one of those things, you know that what it means to the fans, or do you know that by smashing your rival often you're never going to be without a job?
As a school though, like you go past Hull and keep going, you almost fall into the North Sea. You can see tulips in the distance, right? That's how far it is. And
how we'll do it is we'll go through positions bit by bit. If we all pick the same, happy days. If not, then we'll have a structured, organised, well-managed debate about who should go in the Talking the Facts of Life International Dream Team 13. If you know how to catch your title, please let us know.
Because I've seen that try where he double kicks it and runs around you as the defender and just puts it down. It's like you can do that as well. You can just take it into the game. And
We all showed our age a bit then, because when you said kick the ball around the man and score, we all immediately thought Tommy Martin, didn't we, boys?
Yeah.
The more players that you have with better ball skills, natural ability for passing a rugby ball on the move, fluidly, at speed, we're going to score tries, and if we score tries, we're going to win games, and if we're going to win games, we're going to win promotion.
Of course. To say that the target was to raise £77,770, and by the time that he finished, it was $1.5 million.
Unbelievable!
It's just absolutely amazing.
Make others around you better players as well. That's the mark of an all-time great player, is to not only be good yourself, but to make everybody else around you better as well. So yeah, I don't think you can look further than Cameron Smith. I think we've got a little mini Cameron Smith at the club anyway, the Cumbrian Cameron Smith, but
no pressure on Brandon Moore, blimey. So yeah, that's all things facts really, and that is a really good way to end the first part of the podcast, by me not knowing left and right. Halifax Panthers delivery, Clips Energy.
Thanks delivery, guys.
Lovely
Thanks to
stuff.
Clips.
Lovely stuff. Once again, my name is Mike Egg, and as always, I'm joined by my producer, fan, as I always like to say, and compadre, Rick Farrell.
In the stand.
We're with the wonderful background, you can see there.
Blue and white army.
We might not be able to be joined by the Blue and White Army on the terrace, but we can have him on the podcast. That's how we roll.
Loving his burger.
I can't wait to see him there. We can't wait to see him up on Blue and White. It's been that long since we've seen him, but
we don't know who we're going to play, we don't know where we're going to play them, we don't know when it's going to be, but all we know is the facts will be back, baby.